Hey guys, it's your girl Gems and I'm back with another video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Gema Springer and I'm a second year medical student studying at the University of the West Indies, Mona Campus, Jamaica. And on this channel, I share with you guys my journey throughout medical school, and I also share with you guys tips and tricks that I learned along the way. I also like to share with you guys other aspects of my life, so if you're interested in any of those things and you haven't subscribed already, do hit the subscribe button and make sure you turn on the notification bell so you will never miss an upload. So hey guys, for today's video I am so excited but like also kind of nervous for this because it's a requested video and I really want to do it as best as possible. If you can't already tell by the title, I will be sharing with you guys how I stay organized during medical school, because we all know as medical students we have so much going on in our lives. We have to study, and on top of that we still have to be a human being. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So like I said just now, when you're in medical school, you are a medical student, but you're also a human being. So that means you have a life outside of medicine. And for that reason, I have broken down this video into how I organize my lectures and notes, so like things to do with medicine and medical school, and how I organize my life, because I couldn't think of any other way to say it. So let's talk about how I organize things to do with medical school. So primarily that is lectures and notes. How I like to do things are typically electronic, but I do know there are lots of people who still prefer to use physical paper as opposed to electronic paper. So I will also be covering how you can stay organized and organize your notes even if you are using physical paper. In medical school you are given tons and tons of lectures, and what you don't want to do is just have one file and just have all those lectures in that file. What I like to do is have a separate folder for each year. So I have a year 1 folder and I have a year 2 folder. When I go into year 3, 4, and 5, I will have a year 3, a year 4, and a year 5 folder. Within that folder, within, like, for example, year 2 folder, I have the digestive system. I have a digestive system folder. I have a cardiovascular system folder, and whatever other courses I'm doing. Within the cardiovascular folder, for example, I will have an anatomy folder, a physiology folder. So basically you get the gist. Whatever it is that you're doing, have a folder for it. So like I said, whatever you're doing in year 1, have folders for each of those. If you have subtopics within those courses, have folders for them, and this just makes a very organized filing system. It helps you to keep track of all your lectures, and think of it, by the time you get to year 4, year 5, I mean, yeah, you probably will know already all these things, but in case you want to go back to them, it will be much easier than having to scroll through a whole list of lectures just to find one lecture. Like, it's just way easier. Now, in terms of how you store these lecture notes, yeah, you can make the folders, but how you store it also matters. So for the University of my medical school, they give all the students access to Office 365, and Office 365 gives you unlimited OneDrive storage. If you don't know what OneDrive is basically a cloud storage. So because of that, I prefer to store my lectures and all my medical school folders, any handouts I'm given, anything like that, on OneDrive. However, if you're not as fortunate to have cloud storage or enough cloud storage where you can store all of your lectures and medical school stuff, what I recommend is, first of all, do not store it on your laptop, okay? You don't want a situation where your laptop goes bad, like it gets damaged or something, and then you lose access to all of your lectures and notes. You do not want that. So what I suggest is buying an external hard drive so you can store all of your lectures and notes on something that is not your laptop, but still be able to carry it with you, because with OneDrive you do get the privilege of being able to access your files through anywhere once you can log into OneDrive. So if you don't have the luxury of having OneDrive, you don't necessarily lose that luxury of being able to carry around all your lectures and notes with you. So now let's talk about how I organize my notes. Like I said, I like to do things electronically, so all of my notes are stored on my iPad. And I make my notes in an app called Notability. Now Notability is an iOS app, meaning that if you have Android or Microsoft, you can't download it. However, if you are an iOS user and you are not a fan of Notability, there are honestly so many different note-taking apps like GoodNotes where you can take really good notes. Okay, that was not planned. And if you are not an iOS user, don't worry. There are still other note-taking apps. My favorite non-iOS note-taking app is OneNote. This is actually what I started taking my notes on until I discovered Notability, and I just had a preference for it. But honestly, OneNote is a very good app, and it is powered by Microsoft. So you can access it on an Android device, on your laptop, and even on an iOS device. The good thing about note-taking apps, whether it be OneNote and Notability, is that you have endless amount of paper, so you're not constantly using all these different notebooks and then having the possibility of losing them. Another good thing is that you can back up all your notes to OneDrive. If you are not someone who likes to take notes electronically and you prefer physical paper, there are also things that you can do to make storing your notes more organized. For example, if you will be doing the respiratory system, that means you'll have to do physiology, you'll have to do pharmacology, anatomy, etc. What you can do is get a notebook for each subtopic and have the same color notebook for each of those, so you will know that that color is for respiratory system. And if you have a bookshelf, it's even better, so you can always store those notebooks together. So let's say if you choose a purple notebook for respiratory system, all respiratory system notebooks will be purple, and then you put all of those together. Another way you can do it is by having a certain color for each subtopic. So for example, again, let's say you're doing the respiratory system. Let's say you're doing the respiratory system and what was I doing last semester? Hematology. In those two things, you will have physiology and you will have pharmacology. What you can do is have a specific color for physiology and a specific color for pharmacology. So let's say pharmacology is red and physiology is purple. Well, we used purple already. Let's say blue. So yeah, physiology is, well, I can't remember the colors that I choose, okay? I don't know. But let's say, yeah, you have certain colors for each of those. So you know, once you put all those notebooks together, when you look at them, you know which one in that, for that course, so like in all of the respiratory system, you know that color is for physiology, that color is for pharmacology, etc. You look in hematology and you know that color is for physiology, that color is for pharmacology. Honestly, I mean, I prefer the first way I told you, like have all of them be the same color and you just look through them and you all have like all respiratory system being purple, but you can choose whatever way works best for you. Oh, by the way guys, I am so sorry for the lighting right now. The sun is about to set and it's just coming all over me because it's giving me a warm hug. Okay, right. So another thing is that if you are given handouts, what you can do is have a folder, like an actual, you know, those folders or binder, and that would be where you store all of your loose pages. So any handout you're given, you put it in there, but a way you can separate them, again, is all about the filing system. Okay, I remember when I was in sixth form, there were these tab things that you can put in folders, or if you want, you can just like cut a piece of paper, write on it what section it is. So let's say, again, let's say respiratory physiology, you can write this section in the folder is respiratory physiology, and just stick the piece of paper on the section you want, and then when you're looking through the folder, you see the tab respiratory physiology, you want to get to respiratory physiology, you just hold it and turn it and boom, you're right in respiratory physiology. So now we are done talking about organizing lectures and notes. Now let's talk about organizing your life, okay? Yeah, that still sounds weird. Again, like I said, I'm a very electronic person. I like to use apps, make use of the devices my mama bought for me. And the way I like to organize my life, because you know, in medical school you have like so many things to do. Again, you have to study, but like you still have to be a human being. So you have birthday parties to attend, social gatherings. Well, none in this time, not for sure. Let's take social gatherings off the list, okay? You still have different things to do. For example, well, this is a video with a lot of examples. I have to do foundation courses. Now, my foundation courses are typically in the evening. Well, actually, no, they're all in the evening. When my medical classes are done, consider me done, okay? I'm just using the rest of that time to study. I don't really remember that I have another class in the evenings. So to get away from that and, you know, so I don't miss my class, I've downloaded an app called Google Calendar. Now, Google Calendar has honestly been my best friend since what? Sixth form, I think. Honestly, Google Calendar is so good. Like I said, I love electronic things. So, and the thing is with apps too, apps are cheap. Well, sorry, apps are free. Daily planners, not so much, okay? So, instead of buying a daily planner, you can use Google Calendar. Google Calendar functions literally the same way. The same way in a planner, you can write out hour by hour what you're going to do. In Google Calendar, you can write it out minute by minute, okay? Yes, you're not writing, but it's minute by minute and it's free, okay? It's free! And another thing with Google Calendar, you can set reminders. Like I said, I don't remember when I have these classes, okay? So I'm so glad for Google Calendar. I can just set a reminder to remind me 30 minutes before the class that I have a class coming up in 30 minutes. And you get the extra benefit of marking it as done, so you still feel accomplished. Yes, at first I was the type of person who preferred to write down what I'm gonna do and at what time I'm going to do it, but honestly, it's just so much more efficient this way. And another app I like to use, you guys know I love the app Forest, but this app combines, literally it combines Google Calendar and Forest in one. It has a Pomodoro timer and it has a planner, so you can plan out your entire day. It also has these labels, so you can see how much time you are spending, for example, studying, how much time you're spending in free time, how much time you're spending in TV, whatever it is, you can see everything. So I love it. It does have a pro version, so you don't get all the features in the free version, but so it is with Forest as well. It is a little bit more than Forest for the pro version, so you do have to take that in mind, but I honestly feel like the pro version for Engross is way better than the pro version for Forest, so I went ahead with the pro version for Engross. So yeah, I think that is all I have to say, guys. My camera is about to die. Sorry that I had to rush the end, but I think I got out everything I had to say. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below whatever you want, and let me know what video suggestions you have as well. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll never miss an upload, and I will see you guys later. Bye!